Cold open. Ultimate Warrior announces the One Warrior Nation, of course.
This is a Warrior video package showing what has been going on with the Ultimate Warrior as of late. He says he let loose the OWN, the revolution. And Hulk Hogan, of course, is aligned with the NWO and none other than the Disciple. James, can you explain who and what and why the Disciple is?
The Disciple is Brother Booty, also known as...
Don't
you talk about... Brother Brutus, dude. Brutus Beefcake is now the Disciple, and the Disciple's gimmick is he is the ¡1 dick rider. he just can't stop cock eating. Is the Disciple's gimmick?
He's the biggest dick eater alive. He is like DNA replicated of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
dude,
he is Hogan out of his mind.
If you put side by side Brutus Beefcake and Disciple, I would have no idea it's the same person.
Two different
people.
It's
not even close.
Well, thankfully, Tony, they're always side by side, no matter what.
I thought for years it was a whole different. I feel like it wasn't until like 5 years ago or so that I realized it was Brutus Beefcake.
Don't you talk about Brother Bruti, dude.
Don't you say that. So
that's
Hulk
the
Hogan
Disciple, brother.
In this video package, it said, "Where's the Disciple Warrior?"
Holy shit! So Ultimate Warrior. Let's we can kind of lay the table a little bit.
The One Warrior Nation.
Of course. So we have the NWO. We have NWO Hollywood. We have NWO Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. Yes.
We have the now 4 Horsemen. We have, of course, also the One Warrior Nation.
The OWN.
That's NWO backwards.
An anagram.
That's NWO backwards.
Anagram for NWO, which is the Ultimate Warrior in the One Warrior Nation.
Warrior Nation.
One Warrior Nation.
One
Warrior Nation, dude.
The Disciple, being the dick rider that he is.
He kidnapped him. He fucking
so much to break him with the Warrior poison.
There's so much to break down here. Warrior was only at WCW for like 8 or 9 weeks. It felt like it wasn't very long.
It is not long at all.
2 or 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah,
maybe.
no, it is not long. Yeah.
So the Ultimate Warrior is supposed to be fucking Batman or some shit at this point. He leaves by throwing down smoke and then running away.
And disappearing.
And then runs away. He kidnaps the Disciple by using a smoke bomb. And it shows Hogan, where's the Disciple, brother? Where's the Disciple?
Warrior? Where is he? Where's Warrior, dude?
This is, of course, to set up the worst match of all time. Hollywood Hogan and Ultimate Warrior for Halloween Havoc 98.
Which is just so Hogan can get his win.
Holy shit. That's the most incredible thing in history.
Yeah, brother, you should come over here to the WCW, dude. We got a good deal for you. And, well, you should probably
you
do
can
business
say
as well.
Trucity, dude.
I can do that.
Warriors!
Disciple!
So, okay, all right. So the Disciple has been kidnapped, and immediately his cock-eating powers activate, and he becomes
Injected
the
with
warrior.
the cock.
The Disciple becomes one with the One Warrior Nation, of course.
There's 2 people.
Which now makes 2.
The One Warrior Nation with 2 people. The 4 Horsemen with 6 members.
After the cold open, we get the Nitro Girls. You know, after we watched this like 900 episodes,
yeah.
I like the Nitro Girl concept. I actually think it's pretty cool. Like coming back from commercial and having like a dance was kind of cool.
The set is so fucking cool. This house is packed. The pyro is fucking awesome. The spinny pyro is the best pyro ever. I think people should bring that back. And then we got the announcers: Tony Schiavone, Mike Tenay, and Larry Zbyszko. Schiavone is talking directly to Larry Zbyszko here about the NWO being down a member.
Larry
completely ignores him, turns around for his pop, stands up, and Schiavone says, "Well, I guess I'll talk to you today."
That was every Nitro ever. Larry just said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get my pop."
Schiavone Shivani says, Deciple is now in the One Warrior Nation. There are 2 people in the One Warrior fucking nation. And then the NWO's music hits, and Shivani says, fucking whatever.
Dude,
all right, I guess you guys just do whatever the fuck you
Shivani
want,
just
guys.
throws it's like he throws the paper. He doesn't actually, but like he's just like, all right, whatever, fuck it. Whatever I was saying, it doesn't matter. NWO's here.
NWO Hollywood Town Hall is up next here.
We definitely pimped this out just to set you all up for what is about to happen.
Hey man,
we had to like lay the table for
Brian
you.
Adams out here rocking.
The show is good, I promise.
Brian Adams out here rocking after he joined the NWO.
Brian Adams
Fuck
with
him.
Sideburns.
Fuck Brian Adams, man. That guy sucks.
Brian Adams had the big jacket earlier in the year, and he turned on Bret Hart.
He's a big
Remember
jacket
that?
off. He's a bitch.
Well, took off
Fuck
the
him,
jacket. He
man.
was NWO for life, and no.
Of course,
Bitch.
dude. What did we watch? Like 9 people take off the jacket in like 6 months
to reveal the shirt.
Yeah, he was wearing a big ass
A
jacket.
big coat that goes all the way down to his feet.
Wonder what that's about.
Oh my!
Not Brian fucking
He's
Adams.
NWO.
Bischoff and Hogan come out, they're strumming a guitar and flexing. Scott Hall joins the entrance halfway through, and so does shitty ass Brian Adams. I wrote that down verbatim.
With the sideburns.
Don't disrespect Brian Adams, all right?
There's 2 guys in the front row that won't stop pulling up their shirts. I think they have something written on their chest, but the camera never catches it.
Probably one of them said Brian, the other one said Adam. I don't know
There's
if you
no
saw that or
fucking
not.
way.
Don't you say that about Big Brother Brian, dude.
Big Brian. So Bischoff says he loves being here. He's happy to be here. The love in the air is
He loves to see the
unbelievable.
NWOites.
Well, Hulk Hogan has something to say as well.
Yeah, you ain't fucking get it. Good lord.
There's going to be a lot here, gentlemen.
Yeah, it is.
Hogan says, it's nice to see all my NWOites realize the power that Hollywood possesses. It started this afternoon, brothers. I came to the airport in the NWO Learjet.
He said Learjet every week for 9 months. Brothers, I came in on the Learjet, dude, with the red carpet, brother.
The red carpet and the NWOites were laying on the ground, begging me to please step on their bodies, just so Hollywood's feet wouldn't have to touch the stinking ground here in Rochester, brother.
We were watching at some point in '98. Hogan just starts saying bro and brother.
And brah.
Bra is the other one. Bra, bro, and bra. I think he just got sick of saying brother.
His brother.
You can fool some of the wrestling fans some of the time, but you can never fool a black and white NWOite anytime, brother.
What an insane line. What an insane line. It's like he had some... So I assume this is like in reference to people knowing that Warrior was going to be there and all that stuff.
Yes.
Because we're getting to the point now where we're like shooting on the Observer on a regular basis. Yeah. So, but the line, you can never fool a black and white NWOite anytime, brudda, is insane.
You can't. Same with the Deadlockites.
Yeah. And Brian Adams said, you damn right. You let him know
Brian
that.
Adams is fooled very easily.
Brian Adams said, I am a black and white NWOite. And I'm not fooled.
He said, I came to the WCW, took a stinking hillbilly Southern Belle promotion, and took buildings like this when they were used to seeing $10,000 worth of business to hundreds of $1,000s worth of revenue.
Brian Adams said, yeah, that's right.
Oh, you got hundreds of
I'd
thousands,
helped.
Hollywood is on a mission, and at Halloween Havoc, when I take that goof with the face paint, the Warrior, and I prove to him that running and hiding from Hollywood only delayed the pain and the torture. He starts doing a Warrior promo.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you're right.
This will be the first major move to put the NWO title back on Hollywood's waist. Now this is... I don't know what happened here. There's Hogan, his voice is shot, and he just starts fucking just saying shit here. Hulk Hogan says, I went down to the hood, and when I went to the hood, all the brothers and the sisters said, Hollywood, why don't you take back over? I said, what?
Oh my. In the back, Brian Adams is like corpsing. Brian Adams is like, holy shit.
I think he says take back the land or something. I don't know what he's on, man.
He said, why don't you slaughter further? Slaughter the lambs you like to slaughter.
Why don't you slaughter the lambs that you like to slaughter?
Yes!
And
Why
I
don't you
said-
slaughter the lands that you led to the slaughter?
And I said, brothers,
What?
you're right.
And they said, would. do it for us.
Brian Adams is like cracking up at this point. Would do it for us.
I'm taking my business back. The black and white NWO is taking over once again, and I don't care if it's Sting, Bret Hart. They're gonna be the first victims of the Woods regime, brother.
Dude, this ending line here is the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my life.
If you're real tight with the Woodmaster.
Oh my, the Woodmaster.
If you're real tight with the Woodmaster, like the Nitro girls are, you can just go ahead and call me Woody, because I'm just too sweet. What the fuck are you talking about,
you can
dude?
Just call me Tony, because that's just too sweet.
Dude, by the way, this is like, he said Woody before. He's called himself Woody in other promos. He was very adamant that he is Woody.
And just in case you missed any of it, Hogan goes up to the camera, no microphone as the segment ends. Brian Adams and Scott Hall behind him, and he says, I'm going to turn the big brother. He points to Scott Hall, and then he points to Brian Adams and said, and the other big brother.
Big brother? Big brother Brian Adams.
I'm going to turn him loose tonight, too. And I feel sorry for anyone that gets in the black and white wooden tag.
Well, the first match that we get here tonight on Nitro
What's
is
that, dude?
La Parka versus
Oh
Super
my.
Calo. Well, it's also important to break down Super Calo, I guess you want to call him that, whatever his name is. He has
Super Calo.
a mask
Thank you.
with sunglasses that are sewn into the mask, and also a hat that is sewn into the seams of the top of the mask,
like a
That's
so that
biker
the hat
hat.
does not come off.
It's like the
100
Triple
IQ.
H hat,
It's the
right?
Triple H
the
hat.
Triple H hat. Okay.
Oh my God, yeah. It is.
This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best luchador they have in WCW right here.
And he was doing awesome here. The match starts, La Parka throws his hat at him and then starts dancing.
Which honestly, when you
Awesome.
look at it, this is probably two of the craziest dudes they have in this whole show.
They could have made a team out of these two.
So we get up into this match here. Super Calo is doing some crazy ass shit. Top rope Rana.
They are going.
There was a spot in here that I don't know if I seen too much here. La Parka hit a running spinning heel kick when Calo was in the trio. Whoa, that looked really good.
Okay, that was good. That's not the one I wanted to talk about. The one I wanted to talk about, they run to the corner, La Parka ducks down, and La Parka tries to catch him with a low blow on the way down. You know, he's coming down, he tries to low blow him from behind, and he misses. So La Parka gets up, turns around, and kicks Super Calo in the balls. Right in front of
That's
the
awesome.
That's epic.
immediately. But yes, the spinning wheel kick in the trio was crazy. This is after they were doing dives. La Parka's fucking dancing like crazy. La Parka hits an Alabama slam
That was awesome,
at one point
yeah.
too, which was fucking
Dude, he
cool as
fucking
fuck.
destroyed him. And like
my
that
God.
was like gnarly. Like that was like a fuck you, man.
He just
Yeah.
invented it.
That was crazy
We don't
as
know how
hell.
to take this. Yeah. Dude, La Parka fucking hits a corkscrew moonsault off the top to a standing Super Calo for the fucking win. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a hot finish there. And then Super Calo said fuck that shit and beat his ass with a chair.
Beat his ass with a chair and sets it up and dances on it as it goes to commercial.
That was I really thought that was a good way to start this. That was a good good
Yeah, it
little
was
sprint
cool.
there.
Fun fucking match. These two are fucking.
And they got an angle here. You know, they did an angle with the chair.
I'm sure they
at the
follow
end.
up too.
Now we go into the Bret Hart Mean Gene Town Hall.
Mean Gene says you never got a title shot at Hogan in 8 years, and now they're calling you out. And Bret says, "Fuck that fucking piece of shit." This is a good promo, actually. He says I got a bad knee, but this is something I've been waiting for my whole life. And I talked to Sting backstage, and he's gonna let me have the first shot. And Hogan, you're gonna fucking pay. And I have people that are gonna watch my back, and we're gonna settle this shit. And I could be just as great as Ric Flair and Sting, and I just want one chance. And Hogan, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you for all the people in this building and all the buildings around the world.
All of them?
What a crazy last line. Yeah, all of them.
Well, anyways, we got the Deciple versus Sick Boy up next. I just want to make sure everybody understands here that the Deciple
fuck.
is in the One Warrior Nation, and he comes out to the NWO music.
Comes out with the music and OWN jacket on.
OWN jacket, Tony, still looks like Hogan, still comes out to the NWO music, but he's doing all of Warrior's moves.
So Deciple, I was like, okay, how's this match going to go?
Why is this match going, first of all?
Because he's
second of all,
in the One Warrior Nation.
with
And
all of them?
And of course, they had big plans for the Disciples, so they got to start getting them over here. So
Right, he got to establish his finisher.
So Sick Boy's beating him up, and I'm talking like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds into the match. Disciple then does a fucking no-sell spot at the start of the match, and I was like, what is he supposed to like? It looked like he was like, I don't even know how to explain this.
He no-sells a suplex, gets up, flexes. He's trying to be Warrior here. And yeah, there's like, dude,
what the fuck is that?
The crowd could not have cared any less. There was no reaction.
It didn't
to him
look like
no-selling.
the Warrior's Hulk up.
No.
It just looked like he was having a spasm.
He's just flailing his
Sick
arms
Boy's
around.
like, what the fuck is going on? So,
And then, yeah.
Sick Boy then drops the Disciple on his head, gut wrench style.
Oh my god. Gut wrench suplex. And then he just no-sells again and fires up and nobody gives a fuck.
The Disciple then, of course, does his finisher, the Diamond Cutter.
It is the
Stunner Cutter.
It is called
It
the
is-
Apocalypse.
Tights here, tight.
Oh, there's the apocalypse.
DDP is the main event of Halloween Havoc.
Dude. Not only that, Disco Inferno also just does this move on the
Chartbuster,
shows.
No, the Chartbuster's different. He lands on his back.
No.
This is a
I
I thought
cutter.
he landed on- it was like on his tailbone.
It's
Like
in
it was
between
close.
the back and the. It's like
Yeah,
in
it
between
is.
Stunner
No
That's why
Cutter.
it's okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's okay because it's in
No
between.
way. That was a back
yeah,
bump.
yeah.
No,
No,
it was.
it
He's
was-
just
it was
he's just a
in
shitty
between.
wrestler. That was just a back bump.
Well, that's why I think he was shitty. It was a shitty stunner, is what I thought it was.
No way.
I think so.
It's got to be a. It's
Well,
it's a stunner and a cutter together. It's like a
It
chart
is.
buster. It's like the chart buster and the diamond cutter. Dude, the Disciple.
Ain't nobody doing it like Disciple. Holy shit.
Disciple does all of Warrior's shit. He beats his chest. He fucking hits the ropes. He fucking bounces the ropes around, and then he leaves. And then he goes wah wah into the camera.
I think he said.
Disciple
I think he
style.
says, "We are one. It's the one warrior nation." I think that's the translation I got.
There's
We are one. They're one collective group. You know, like the Nexus. We are one. That was them.
Yeah, that turned out
Wait,
great.
what? Like the next
You know, or maybe the core. Sorry, it was maybe the core.
the video
Wow,
package. This might be the greatest angle of all time. They
This
got
is-
at least 7 of the greatest angles of all time on the show. WCW Road Wild a couple pay-per-views ago. Buff Bagwell brought out Big Papa Pump on a stretcher
They're
with
both injured.
with a neck brace. Yes, but Scott Steiner is going to die here. Buff Bagwell has a neck brace on, but Big Papa Pump has a neck brace. He's on oxygen. He's
got
on
IV bag?
He's on an IV and oxygen that's connected to nothing with a neck brace.
On a stretcher, yes.
Taped up his arm and his leg. This is a knee injury. His arm and his leg are all fucked up. Then Buff asks Scott, "Are you ready to go?" And Scott he does his
Kenny
best
from
Kenny
South Park?
from South Park impression. And Buff says, "Okay."
Scotty, can you be ready?
Well, JJ Dillon says that Scott Steiner better be ready for Fall Brawl or he will be fucking banned from wrestling for the rest of his life.
He said for
Banned from
life.
wrestling forever.
Scott Steiner then fucking Undertaker rises up and then gets up. Who rushed the
Perry
ramp?
Saturn.
Perry Saturn, dressed up like the goddamn Harris twins, rushes the ramp. This is crazy.
He
Anyways,
rushes the ramp and Steiner pushes the stretcher down the ramp at him.
and runs away while he's
Yeah,
on
runs away.
oxygen with the
An
neck
IV?
brace IV'd up. So Fall Brawl's now here, and we have Scotty versus Rick. So the Steiners have broken up. He's Big Papa Pump
Yes.
now, and he's in the middle of a feud with his brother.
Yes.
So Rick attacks Buff Bagwell on the apron. Well, Buff hurt his neck big style, so he is now being stretchered out. Buff
Yes.
says, "Someone please call my mom," which is awesome. We're gonna call
That's
your
good.
mom.
Yeah, we're going to get your mom out here.
So Rick then is back there with Scott and Buff as they're
concerned.
getting into the ambulance. He wants to make sure, that Buff,
Yes.
he has issues with his brother, but, Buff Bagwell's just whatever. So Scott and Buff get into the ambulance. Scott's in full wrestling gear because he was wrestling, by the way. So he just steps in his ambulance. And then as Rick is starting to walk away from the ambulance, the door opens back up. Scott gets out of the ambulance. Buff runs out behind him with the neck brace on, and they attack Rick Steiner.
They whoop Rick Steiner's ass and stomp him out in the back. That is fucking unbelievable, man.
Buff
It's
Bagwell is kicking Rick Steiner's ass with neck brace and overalls on. This is the greatest feud of all time. They learned during this video package, which, by the way, Rick and Scott are going to face an a no DQ match.
Or will they? Or
They
are
were
supposed to,
It can happen?
yes.
I don't know. Because it's been going on for like 4 months.
Who
right?
knows?
They started and they never had a match.
Right. There, we actually do review the episode that kind of takes Rick away from this for a second, but we'll
That's
talk
true.
about that in a minute. During the video package, that Jericho has challenged Goldberg for the title here tonight.
Oh my!
Jericho has been 98's got to be one of his best years ever.
Yeah.
So now we move on to Scott Steiner versus Nick Dinsmore and Lenny Lane.
So at first, it takes a while before they say these guys' names. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, fuck, man, can you guys say their names so I can write this shit down? I like to, do the show properly. And Buff Bagwell, first of all, Buff Bagwell.
This
does
is
his
the
entrance.
greatest of all time.
Is there any way for the $1 tier watchers of the video, you can just give us a little example of what this
I don't
looks
have
like,
enough
James?
space to rock
Just-
the
if you could just kind of just give an idea.
Yeah, I don't have enough space. But the buff dance is crazy as hell.
It's, yeah.
The
He
buff
sweeps his
gotta
arms
ride the
back and
arms,
forth,
you gotta
very
do the-
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta do the step. The step is a really huge part of it.
He's in a black shirt with white NWO overalls on, with his hat, with his face on the top of the hat that he puts next to his face and says, damn, I'm good looking. There's a little Papa Pump sign with an arrow pointing down to a fan that has Steiner's facial hair in the crowd, which is fucking tremendous. And then Scott is in there. He gets in the ring and he grabs the mic and Tony Schiavone says, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I think everybody in
Oh,
that
here we
arena
go.
did. And I couldn't even believe what I'm seeing first off, because the first thing he says is, I said, oh my God.
I was so happy.
By the way, I remember, you know what? It was watching this match. I remember seeing it on YouTube. There's a guy that uploads like Scott Steiner stuff in like a
Okay.
weird way. The way that he
Okay.
uploads it is like he uploads it and then calls it like Scott Steiner versus two stupid jobbers
Oh,
or
you're
something.
right. I remember
my
those
God.
videos. Yeah.
I knew it because they said Nick Dinsmore. I said, holy shit, I've seen this. And I was like,
That's
I've never seen it in
awesome.
this high quality because the one on YouTube is not, it's like a.
Oh, I
it's-
found
it's
the
FTP
name of
rip,
it.
probably, yeah.
Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner abuses two poor men.
What does the description say?
Again and again, Big Papa Pump.
What the fuck?
That's a beast right there. Read the
Poor
comments.
man.
Look at his sexy muscles as he lifts up these two guys. Yeah, the comments are crazy. But anyway, Scott Steiner grabs the mic and goes, I said, holy fucking shit, I can't believe we get one of these. And for whatever reason tonight, Scott Steiner he's very dialed in. I said, I can't believe this is happening
but
right
it's
now.
it's still good.
Yeah, absolutely. When I step in the ring, it's easy to see that all men are not created equal. I said,
Oh, my.
That's awesome.
That's the good stuff right there. He said, if there's a professional athlete that looks as great as I do, I'd like to see him because he don't exist.
That looks as great as I do.
as I do,
As great as I do.
I like to see
And that
him
was it.
because he don't
That was it.
exist.
Yeah, all
And
right.
Buff said, yeah. And now he is going to whoop these two losers' ass.
So that's when they announced it as Lenny Lane and Nick Dinsmore, and I was like, Nick Dinsmore. I said, oh, Eugene,
That's
what the fuck?
awesome. What the hell's he doing in WCW in 98? What
Eugene
Getting his
gets
ass
his
whooped big style.
whoop, dude. Holy
the fuck? NWO style
fuck.
for life, brother.
Dude, Steiner stretches Lenny Lane upside down in the buckle and fucking and Steiner yells, "This is beautiful, man. It's beautiful." What are you fucking
Dude.
talking about?
Buff. Wow. I don't like Scott and Buff together.
What a great team.
Yeah. Splitting up the Steiners is crazy, like on paper. But Steiner and Buff was like, they were rocking.
Awesome.
They had a cool dynamic. Yeah. They were rocking.
They did. Yeah, that was
Steiner,
fun.
yeah, he gets him in the trio O in the corner and he sits there and he's choking him out. Buff then walks over and puts the hat on Lenny Lane's head as he's hanging in the trio O and says, oh, he's pretty good looking. No, he's not. And he starts attacking him.
He takes the hat away and says, "No, he's not." And starts punching him in the head.
Crazy match here. Steiner
That's
gorilla
awesome.
presses Lenny Lane, does the
Holy
suck it taunt
shit.
to a fan in the front row. Steiner fucking suplexes Dinsmore on top of him, stacks and
God.
fucks him big style, double Steiner recliner. Who's the
And
man?
wins. Yeah. Holy fuck,
That's
dude.
awesome.
The Tiger Driver onto Dinsmore onto
that was
Lenny Lane
awesome.
was
That's
crazy.
funny.
But then Scott starts selling
back.
his back. His back. Oh, my back. Oh, my back.
Mike Tenay says you will not get any sympathy from
Fuck
us.
you. Yeah. That's what he Tony Schiavone says, "Oh, of course he's hurt. Yeah, of course he is."
Fuck you, man.
And some dude comes out, and I say, "Who the fuck is this?" And they say, "Danny's out here checking on Scott Steiner." I said, "Who the fuck is Danny?
Little
Oh,
Danny.
it's one of the trainers, of course.
Of course. Danny Dillinger. There he is.
Yeah, Danny Dimmadome. And then Steiner slowly gets out of the ring. He's obviously very injured.
My back. This show is rocking right now, man. They're killing this shit.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, here's the Ultimate Warrior Town Hall.
Hogan, I know who you are, and I know who I am, and these warriors know what they want to see. At War Games, I brought you nothing but disappointment.
I said, what are you talking about?
I think the show is called Fall Brawl.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I tell you, warriors, I sense that disappointment, and I say to you that I have a message from you, Hogan, and that message goes like this. Since my return, you have brought nothing before me except a pittance of the man I once knew.
He says, Hogan, you fucking suck. You suck.
Some dude just runs in.
That was the guy trying to take the dog to hell.
Some dude runs in, security grabs him, and Warrior says, that Hogan is a disappointment. I said, what?
He fucking shoots at the fan.
He says, you see a small piece of what you used to be. I refuse to make myself. At Halloween Havoc, I will become full bone.
Somebody get this little jabroni out of the ring, dude. Somebody get this little jabroni out of the ring.
They're comparing cocks here.
I'll come full bone.
Somebody get this guy out of the ring.
I want to feel the power of the warrior.
Get out of our
Dude, they hit his fucking music.
Take the dog to hell.
They hit his fucking music and he said, and I will. Somebody cut to commercial. Get this shit off the screen.
Mean Gene calls out Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Full names too. Buff says, listen, I had plenty of time to put Scotty in the ambulance, and Mean Gene says, is he really on the way to the hospital? And Buff says, you call me a liar? Say the words. Say the words. And then there's random laughing.
Do you know how hard Scotty Steiner works?
No.
It's the goddamn Chucky the Killer doll laughing in the background.
Charles is here.
I forgot that it was like a few week build to the Chucky angle.
Yeah, what the hell is that laugh? You laughing at me, Mean Gene? No.
Buff says everyone knows that Steiner ruptured 3 discs in his back, and he may have ruptured 4 or 5 or 6. And Mean Gene says, well, he's going to be able to meet his brother at Halloween Havoc. And Buff says, does it look like I'm a doctor? Do I have doctor across my forehead? I don't know. Scott Steiner's hurt, and Havoc may not happen. So just suck it in, Rick Steiner, because the holidays may be miserable. Rick Steiner's a big Halloween guy.
I'm sad, man.
The fucking
Don't ruin my
Halloween is
Come on,
fun.
man.
Psychosis versus the Cat up next.
Yeah, Ernest Miller, who is just about getting into the I'm the greatest gimmick. I think
Yes.
this is kind of like we're in it now.
Yeah, I feel like he just started it. So the Cat cuts a promo here. He says, by law, I am required to tell you this. I am a 3-time world karate champion. I thought he was going to stop right there. I was like, oh, okay.
My hands and feet are registered. I can rip your heart out in 5 seconds and everyone in here. But I'm going to give you those 5 seconds to get out of here. And if you're still here, I'm going to give you the whooping of a lifetime. But holy fuck.
Psychosis, of course, cannot speak English.
He's fucking very confused, and he just stares at the back of his head as Cat turns around and counts to 5. And he turns back around and he says, did you hear me, son? And Psychosis responds in Spanish. The Cat is very confused. He says, what the hell? You're telling me you don't understand nothing I said? I never want to whoop a chump like I'm going to whoop you. And he fucking super kicks the shit out of him.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it was awesome. It was like without any effort at all.
Precision.
Very good.
Yeah.
Cool little match too. Fun sprint. Psychosis does a crossbody to the outside off the top. The Cat catches Psychosis with a suplex. Psychosis goes for the guillotine leg drop. Beast style. This shit, he gets so high off of it.
And he misses, which is even worse.
That's horrible. That ring didn't even move. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Cat moves, he hits the roundhouse kick, and he ends up winning the match.
Trouble in Paradise, right?
Yeah, that's what I wrote too, Tony. Trouble in Paradise. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
So now we have the Alex Wright Mean Gene Town Hall.
So Mean Gene calls out Alex Wright, and Mean Gene says, well, when in Rome, speak Italian, my friend. I don't know what the fuck he was
come on, let him know. Talk.
And Alex Wright takes the mic and he says, Shiza.
I love the kids in the crowd were doing the dance too. I thought that was
that's awesome.
Was, everyone was.
And Alex Wright says, I forgot, Baldy, you can't speak German, so why don't you leave, you idiot? I have a question for you all tonight. How does it feel to grow up and live in a dirty, small, stinking city like Rochester? I know another loser in the back that's shaking like a leaf. British Bulldog. British Bulldog, why don't you come last Thursday when I challenged you? I know why. Because you're spineless, gutless, heartless, British jellyfish. And you know I'm the greatest European wrestler, and I give you one more chance tonight. Not only am I much better looking, much better wrestler, I am also much better dancer. Hit my music. They hit his music and he starts fucking dancing.
Why did he say that the British Bulldog was shaking like a leaf?
Yeah, you British jellyfish. What?
Hit my music. Because he's spineless, you know? He's a jellyfish.
Ah, Tony. And jellyfish also have no guts or heart as well. And they're British.
Yes, make sure they're
That's
British.
the worst kind of jellyfish, the British jellyfish.
Oh, God, yes. Stinky.
So now we have Chavo Guerrero versus Disco Inferno.
Of course, and Chavo out here with Pepe the horse. So they just, I mean, again, like, fine little match here. They just kind of go out there and do some shit.
The story is Disco was overweight in the Cruiserweight title match last week, so he's got to cut weight.
Is that right?
Yeah, on Thunder, I think.
Right, they got to cut weight.
Okay.
They're assuming he made weight class, so he could be in this Cruiserweight match tonight.
Chavo hits a spring back Bulldog on Disco after a bunch of back and forth. Disco ends up jabbing the end of the stick of Pepe the horse into Chavo's throat. And then does he hit him with the chart buster or he just fucking pins him?
Finish of the match was Hoovie's on the apron, springboard drop kick, running head scissors. Hoovie gets to get Chavo up.
That's after the match.
Sorry about that. I didn't write down the post then.
No. Disco does the Steve Austin elbows because, you know, he loves to do this.
Why did I not write down the fifth?
From the middle ropes. And he hits him with Pepe, and then that's how he wins. Just hits him
sorry
with
about
Pepe.
He throws him with Pepe and then
No
pins him,
chart
I'm
buster,
pretty
just
sure.
Pepe.
Yes. And then what happens, James?
Oh, yeah. Hoovie's out here. He's on the apron now.
Hoovie comes out and tries to snitch.
Disco uses Pepe on Chavo and beats him. That's what I wrote.
Okay, good.
So that's
Okay,
what
yeah,
happens.
fair.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go,
of
yes.
course.
Okay, so
Hoovie
now
comes out, it gets on the apron and tries to snitch to the referee that Disco used Pepe. Hey, man, mind your fucking business, Hoovie.
why is Hoovie stooging? Yeah, what the hell's happening right
Hoovin'
now?
Stooge.
So Hoovie's out here on the apron. He decides the best course of action is do a springboard drop kick to Disco and then run a spot. So he does a running head scissors Irish whip. Hoovie then goes to get Chavo up, but Disco's
He's
back
checking on
in
him. Yes.
and gloms him from behind and hits
Holy
the
shit.
Disco driver.
Which is a leaping pile
That's
driver.
awesome.
What the
That
fuck?
was sweet.
And then as he's leaving, he's talking to the camera. He says, "Don't stooge me off ever again, or that's gonna happen to you, Hoovin' Stooge."
We get the 4 Horsemen video package. Of
This is
course,
awesome.
the 4 Horsemen are the following people. You can count them. You can count them out if you like to as I read them
Sure,
off.
no problem. I will.
Chris Benoit,
It's 1,
Dean Malenko,
2,
Arn Anderson,
3,
Ric Flair,
and there's 4, and that is the 4 horsemen.
and
that you
Mongo
have right
McMichael,
there. Hold on a second.
and Pepe McMichael, and the Disciple.
So, I mean, like, I feel like this happens a lot. Like, the 4 horsemen always, I feel like, had more than 4 people, but like even OG, like JJ Dillon was their manager, so it's like, okay, 4 horsemen with JJ Dillon. He's with
JJ,
nobody, he's their manager.
yeah.
But then like eventually it's like Paul Roma and Sid Vicious are in the group, and like, bro, like what is fucking
That's
what's
the
going
new
on here?
Horsemen.
Sorry,
What about
yes,
the
of course.
Extreme Horsemen?
Was that like Steve Carino?
CW, I think. had something to do with
CW.
it.
It was just Steve Carino's ECW group.
Yeah, pretty much.
Simon Diamond, I think, was in the Extreme Horsemen as well.
Well, whatever the case is, the Horsemen are a huge part of WCW lore. So this is a very big deal. And Mongo's in it. So 4 Horsemen Town Hall.
Fuck you, man. What the fuck?
What? What? I was saying Mongo. I just want to make sure people understand that
All right,
Mongo.
good. I was making sure.
Yeah, they all come out, man. They look good, like good little group here, man. Arn Anderson looks fantastic, by the way.
He looks like he can still go. I don't know why he wasn't.
He had
was
a,
hurt
what
or
was
something?
the injury? Yeah, he had a career-ending
Was
injury.
it neck or back?
Something
Pussy or
happened.
crack?
It was something that I don't remember it being like huge, but it was like, yeah, that's it. Bischoff and Stevie Ray come to the ring here with Doug Dillinger and a bunch of police officers.
Yeah, the Flair started mean. Woo, Gene doesn't really even get to fucking do his shtick before Eric Bischoff, Stevie Ray, and Doug Dillinger, head of WCW Security, come out of here.
I love that, like, Doug Dillinger is the head of security always. That's awesome.
He was such an integral part of the show that he's in the video games. Doug Dillinger.
You're right.
Yeah, because he was a big friend of the 4 Horsemen. Like, Doug Dillinger's a big 4 Horsemen guy. So Eric says I think it was Arn, attacked Stevie Ray on Thunder
I think that's what he was saying. Yes,
with
I
a
think that's
tire
right.
iron.
But then he implies that all of them did this.
Well, you're guilty by association. You're all going to jail.
I feel like same way about you guys.
So Bischoff has the 4 horsemen arrested, and then they leave. They're getting arrested. Doug Dillinger, he says, "You better do your fucking job. You didn't do it last time."
Yeah, Bischoff says, "I haven't noticed I brought a few of the local law enforcement because you guys committed felonious assault on this man."
Did you hear that, boys? Felonious assault.
Felonious assault.
They walk up the ramp. And then Eric Bischoff takes the time to say, "Flair, you used your 10-year-old son Reed in his wrestling tournament as an excuse not to show up to work. And now you're out of here."
Yeah, like this was like super inside. Like for like
incredibly
what?
Inside. What the fuck is he even talking about?
Ric Flair no-showed because he wanted to go to his 10-year-old son's wrestling tournament. And he says, "You live vicariously through your 10-year-old son's wrestling career, and I hope that little Reed can get it done because you never will. Good night, y'all. Thanks for coming to my party." What?
Oh my. So now it's time for the Chris Jericho Town Hall.
Jericho's walking backstage with the Jericho Squad, which is was it Ralphus at this point?
Yeah, Ralphus was there, but he wasn't going to take that bump tonight. I'm going to tell you that.
No, well, he is the Jericho personal security, and then there was another man there that was the Jerichoholic Ninja, which
with the glasses.
Is just a crazy, yeah, with the glasses, yeah, I don't
know
the
haircut,
guy was.
Dude. He had that southern haircut, the bowl cut.
There was the third that I did not get to catch.
The one that's not Ralphus, right? We'll just call him that.
He's not Ralph. Right. Yeah, there's 2 not Ralphuses, and then there's Ralphus. And Jericho's in a Jericho 1 Goldberg 0 shirt because I believe at the pay-per-view he pinned a fake Goldberg that was not Goldberg. So there's another fake Goldberg in history.
Little man Goldberg.
Little baby Goldberg.
So Goldberg then makes his entrance, and he comes out, and they go, "What is that?" Goldberg is carrying Little Man Goldberg from the pay-per-view.
So they get in the ring. Jericho shoves both of his security guards that are not Ralphus into Goldberg. Goldberg fucking double spears them to hell. Somehow rips both of their shirts off in the process. Jackhammers one of them, and then screams, "You're next," to Jericho, and then goes back to ripping off their shirts again.
Dude, the spear he does here on these 2 dudes
is out of pocket.
Is felonious assault, brother.
It is. Can you spell that? Can you spell felonious? Yeah.
I can't because I have to go to my 10-year-old son's wrestling tournament. Scott Hall versus Billy Kidman up next.
Billy Kidman is the Cruiserweight champion here. Scott Hall is with Virgil.
Billy Kidman is a Cruiserweight champion right now, and WCW does not care.
They do not care. Not at all. Not one bit.
Crazy,
and Billy Kidman
man.
is also coming out to Tony told me he used it first, but I always know this as Vampiro's.
It is Vampiro's.
It is Vampiro's.
No way Billy Kidman uses first.
I didn't realize he did. I guess he
used
did
it before Vampiro did, but it's
Vampiro's
still
not even here yet.
It's still Vampiro's theme song for sure.
Yeah, Vampiro doesn't.
Right.
That's Vampiro's song.
Come if you want to. Yeah.
What?
Oh my!
Yeah, I could do
Here
what,
comes,
dude?
Here comes Vampiro. Nah.
Yeah, that's the one I remember too, Tony. I think you're right.
Come if you want to.
You can come if you want to. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't tell if Tony's just saying that or if Tony thinks that's the
Those are the
lyrics.
That is. Tony, I remember
Vampiro sung the
that.
song.
They also, at the end of Hall's entrance, they shut his music off and then just play N-W-O.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
His entire career for.
What the fuck happened there? That was
They
weird.
do that all the time. They have a guy backstage that presses a button to play the NWO sound effects. Isn't that wild?
Well, Tony, it's survey time. Hey, yo, one quick survey question. Is it taste great or is it less filling?
That's awesome. That's
You can run if you want to.
Does it taste great or is it less filling?
That's where they got it from. It's Scott Hall grumbling.
This is middle of Scott Hall is an alcoholic angle, of
In a
course.
saddened state of affairs here.
Giovanni said, "We do not condone this angle. This angle sucks."
Yeah, they apologize for the state that Scott Hall is in. What's wrong with New York?
Shut up.
Hall tries to take a sip of the drink that Vincent is holding for him, but Vincent gets out of the ring beforehand. Scott Hall throws a toothpack at Kidman and laughs at him, and then Kidman pantomimes sucking a dick.
That's awesome. First off,
I had to rewind it because they don't really show it. They just show Kidman fucking going. It's the Shawn Michaels style, Tony. He's sucking on that thing. Ooh. But I believe he was pantomiming Scott Hall taking a drink, of course, because he's an alcoholic and we don't like it. So the whole match is really Hall doing spots and then trying to get a drink from Vincent, but Vincent won't give it to him. Eventually, Hall fucking kills Kidman with a clothesline, then puts him in an abdominal stretch while he's pulling the hair while the referee counts, hits Kidman with a fucking choke slam, and then walks around like he's Frankenstein mocking the Giant, but then he looks in the camera and says, "That one's for you, G-Money."
What the hell? I'm not sure what's going on there. I did like this guy whole abdominal stretch, grabbing the hair. He'd go 1, 2, and then let's go, and then does it again. 1, 2, let's go.
Yeah,
1,
he was.
2, yeah.
That's heat, brother. Hall fucking grabs it, tries to get the drink from Virgil, goozles Virgil, takes the drink, and then Kidman punches him in the fucking gut, or dives on Vincent, punches Hall in the gut, and Hall just sprays beer all over the front row.
That was awesome.
Kidman goes for a cross body, hits it for a 2. It doesn't matter though. Scott Hall hits a fall away slam. It's the outsider's edge. Beast style.
He reverses one outsider's edge with the face buster, because of course you can't powerbomb Kidman, but eventually you can powerbomb.
Yes, you will.
So it's the outsider's edge for the win. Yeah,
I guess that's still a powerbomb. I was gonna say, maybe technically.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I mean, it's it's
Alex Wright versus British Bulldog up next.
The big hyped match on the show, of course.
Bulldog in his shittiest gear possible. Get the jeans on now. Put the jeans on now.
Jean supremacy, man. So Bulldog is on the mic in the ring. He says, "You can dance all you want. You come out here and say you're wrestling the old Bulldog. Well, that's right. I got an 11-year-old son back there, and you can't even lace his boots." Oh, shit. But I'm here to tell you, I've been all over the world. Germany and the fans in Germany love the British Bulldog. Pussy looker means suck it.
Pussy liquor.
Pussy liquor. That means suck it.
That's what he says. The mic down.
That's it. That's the end of the promo.
Oh shit, man. So Alex Wright, we get his matchup. It's a crazy ass suplex in the corner. Just fucking no give on that ring. Just die.
Shit.
Hits this fucking splash out of the corner. Ref bump here as the British Bulldog pins Alex Wright for a 9 count. This has got to be British Bulldog pulling some bullshit or something like. They're
not losing to this pussy.
Yeah, it's got to be some bullshit. I was like, what the fuck is this fit for Alex Wright versus British Bulldog? So Lil Nate comes down here. Even he's confused. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
Immediately looks confused while Bulldog is
Why
checking
did he
on
even
the
come
ref.
out here? He's like, he didn't have any like goal or anything. He just came out confused. So Alex Wright hits a backdrop driver with the bridge, and now Lil Nate comes in. The other ref has gotten up because British Bulldog was getting him up. So one ref's on the right side.
Yes.
The other ref is on the left side. He does a bridge pin. Both shoulders are down for both guys. Both referees count at the same time. They both get their shoulder up at 3 at the same time. So both referees say that respectfully, the guy on their side was the winner.
Now,
that doesn't make any fucking sense.
How is Charles Robinson at all a legal referee here once the other referee is back in business? You're telling me at any point another referee can just come down and just count as with this other referee?
If they both kicked out, the match rolls on.
Well, I think they both kicked out at 3, of course.
What is
they
that
both
even?
protected themselves at 3.
Yes.
Okay.
So both refs are arguing. They're raising Alex Wright and Bulldog's hands to signal that they think that the other guy won. Alex Wright then jumps the Bulldog as the refs argue, and then Bulldog bumps Alex Wright to the floor, and the bell just rings a bunch of times. What the fuck?
Go to the WW. Get the fuck out of this company. Go to the WWF.
Put the jeans on.
Get out of our company.
God damn it.
Let Alex Wright do his thing.
I couldn't believe. I was so fucking confused. I was so confused.
Unbelievable. Unforgivable.
Double pin with a referee. Like,
you're out of here, dude.
Yeah, unforgivable is right. God damn.
That's crazy. Wow. So Alex Wright always attacks Bulldog after the match.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Fuck you.
It is time for Bryan Adams versus Kevin Nash.
Let's go. The battle of the big dogs.
No. They're not the big
They're
Kevin
rocking.
Nash.
Big
Kevin Nash
brother Bryan Adams.
Sure.
Big
Kevin Nash probably a big dog.
Of NWO
Bryan Adams
Hollywood.
with the fucking sideburns looking like an unbelievably smacked ass. This is
dude,
just fucking
you're
dumb.
watching something else. You must be watching Raw because Bryan Adams is the man.
Sounds like you're a rawhead, dude. And you're going to hell for your raw dog over there, brother.
I'm begging for Brother Brudai to come out at this point.
Bryan Adams
go
is
watch
the fucking
Val Venus.
Do you want to know what's going on Raw?
No, Brian Adams and Kevin Nash is a main event here. This is a featured bout here. I don't care.
It's not the main event.
Featured bout.
Where?
Featured bout. Featured bout.
Oh, also, so Kevin Nash makes his entrance, and there's a child in an NWO shirt. Bobby Heenan says, "Who is that?" And I said, "What?" And then they say it's an uninvited visitor. I said, "Oh my God, this kid just ran up on stage. This is a fan."
That's a Lost Warrior.
Kevin Nash comes to the ring. He does his stick. He does not want to be here tonight. Big Sexy in the house.
Shocking. Yeah, Rochester, New York, Big Sexy in the house. And Brian Adams has the worst NWO gear as well.
Nash and Adams just fucking hang out. They're just hanging out. They're not even wrestling. It
doesn't really last too long.
Yeah, they're just hanging out. And then Stevie Ray comes down with Vincent, and they attack Kevin Nash, which is, by the way,
with a slapjack.
By the way, just seeing Vincent beating up Kevin Nash is insane at this point. Scott Hall is now here. This has got to be the worst group of dudes I've ever seen in my life. This has got to be.
Yeah, so Stevie hits Nash with a slapjack. That's a DQ. Hall runs down with a drink in his hand, and then to signify that he's sober?
4 months ago, man, these were the hot. I don't know what's happening right now, man. I don't know what happened. The morale must have nosedived or something.
I'm tuning over to Raw, and Stone Cold's driving out on a Zamboni right now. So
is this the Zamboni Raw?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, I'm not tuning out because Brian Adams is still in the ring.
You can't make me watch. I won't turn over.
I'm not doing it.
We got Bret Hart and Hogan later. I'm not leaving.
Well, Hall throws the beer away and starts punching Kevin Nash.
Is that supposed to? Is that I'm sober and I can beat you up now? I don't need a drink.
I think the beer was skunked, and he said, "I'll get another."
Fair enough.
Luger and Conan then come down.
All the stars are here.
Whoop back Conan. So Luger and Conan come out, and they save Nash. So Nitro Girls are out here for the last and final time, sadly. Shout out Spice.
Well, I'm tuning in to the other channel where I'm going to watch Kane and The Undertaker take on Ken Shamrock, Mankind, and The Rock.
Yeah, I'm going to be over here watching Hulk Hogan versus Bret Hart and also versus Sting.
You are right.
And also versus Bret Hart.
So this is built pretty big. First singles match between these two guys.
Yes.
On the record, anyways.
Love the Bruce Buffer presentation. Always very cool.
He's very good at his job.
Is very good at his bout. Calling it a feature bout sounds cool. I love that he described the colors of their outfit on their way out too. That felt very fighting, that boxing, I guess you could say. It is awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I like that presentation.
So they got Hogan out here with Bret Hart, and Hogan is working holds.
Hey, dude, don't. He's just shoving him around.
Don't do that.
Take this.
Dude.
He fucks up Bret's leg on the barricade a couple times, and that's really where things start to turn around here for old Hitman.
Yeah, so Hogan's targeting the leg, which is, by the way, when you're putting this match together, that's a crazy Hogan works Bret Hart's leg in this match, and then of course it leads to Sting coming out because he is working.
The red.
He is working Bret's. Yes, Sting is NWO Wolfpack for life, and he comes out here, and Hogan is really putting the work to Bret's leg, and he wants to make sure that he's not going to end the Hitman's career early with the leg thing. So Sting tells Hogan, "Can you please fucking just piss off?" Bret tries to get back in because he's been wanting this match since 1993 when Hogan was being a bitch. They bring the gurney out because his leg is screwed up big style, and Sting says, "Hold on, Hitman. I got this."
Oh my. I'll bring the beers.
Sting takes the Jeepers Creepers jacket off and goes face to face with Hogan.
Just as a sidebar here for a quick second, if Bret joined the Wolfpack, does he wear red? Or does the Wolfpack just by proxy all start wearing pink? I think Sting should have started wearing Bret Hart's gear.
Same gear?
with big face paint.
And goatee.
Sure. And goatee.
At that point,
and Bret goatee.
Bret goatee? Holy shit, Luger goatee?
And Luger goatee.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're cooking with oil, man. This is y'all missed the boat here.
So NWO Wolfpack is black and pink with all goatees. It's just a hard foundation.
How do we? Can you put goatees on people in the game?
They don't let you because they say they're going to be offended. The wrestlers are going to be offended if you put.
We're trying to correct history.
I could put a shirt on Lex Luger that says, "I'm a fucking piece of shit bitch, but I can't give him facial hair." So whatever.
Conan has to have the goatee, the Jim Anvil Neidhart goatee with the pink flannel.
Of course.
Oh my god.
So all goatees, yeah, this is good.
God.
This is good. Yeah, and staying with the pink face paint and the goatee. I need to see this in art form.
So Sting is firing off on Hogan now.
And Mia Momino.
Also with a goatee.
She's also with a goatee in the group, of course.
Sting is fired off on Hogan.
Sorry, please continue.
Yeah, I got you. Hogan belly to back on Sting, and he tells the Roamer Cam that he could beat up the whole Red and Black by himself.
I could beat up the whole Red and Black at one time, brother.
Well, you can't beat up the Pink and Black with the goatees.
No way, not with the goatees. No way.
So Conan and Luger are taking Bret to the ambulance in picture.
He's being wheeled on a stretcher.
And then two doctors attack Conan, Luger, and
two doctors. I thought they no-clipped. I was very confused.
Well, you can tell they're doctors because they have scrubs on, of course.
They got scrubs on and the whole outfit. The blue, the fucking scrubs and scrubs.
They got the light blue and white, brother. I can take out the light blue and white by myself, dude.
The white and blue attack, brother. So I thought they no-clipped. I went back. The ambulance doors are open as they're wheeling Bret towards the back of the ambulance, and you can just see them standing there behind the doors.
Dude, I just realized the blue and white have goatees.
Both of them do. You're right. That's right, dude.
And they're doctors. What? You can't beat this fucking team.
Why the fuck did they dress up?
Doctors in the house.
That's what he says. Doctors in the house. There was no need for Steiner or Buff to dress as doctors here for this ambush. They could have just jumped them, but they went the extra mile. They dressed up as doctors and jumped Luger and Conan.
Greatest tag team. These guys were doing classic bits every show, multiple times in a show.
Yeah, I loved it.
Steiner, I was very confused at what Steiner was doing at first, but he's unhooking Bret Hart from the gurney.
He's not attacking him. He's just... Bret is strapped down and can't get off the stretcher, and he needs help getting out of it. So Steiner pulls him out of it and says, "You want some too?" And then Bret just limps away, like horror movie style.
We get back. Bret's walking to the ring. We go back to the ring. There's a big sign that says "Other Channel Jackass" in the crowd.
That's so
sick. Bret is here as Hogan goes for the leg drop and misses. Sting hits the Stinger Splash and locks in the Scorpion Deathlock. Bret gets in the ring.
He cheers him on.
And DDT Sting! No! Why, Bret? Why?
What about the pink and black attack?
That's over, brother.
No.
It's time to make some money, dude.
So let me just... stay with me here for a second because the bell does ring here. In theory, if Tony is correct here, this match was Sting and Bret Hart against Hogan. Bret Hart comes back and attacks his partner, and then they win.
Another W for Bret Hart.
Rochester. Hogan on his knees.